The War of the Worlds is widely known, from the original H.G. Wells novel to the 2005 hit movie. A lot of people have experimented with this monstrous creation. But what would happen if this already well-known creation was turned into something that has gotten popular over a certain amount of time? Analog horror. A VHS tape is put in by an unknown user. It's to get your pilot license today. This looks a bit old, but it seemed a bit big. Many people would think that World War II might be going on, or something else, but as we'll soon know, this is not from any of those, and from something far worse. It's an instructional video, most likely broadcasted to a lot of people's TVs. Apparently, some aliens have entered Earth, and it is so crucial for survival now that an entire instructional video has been made specifically for survivors or people that are still unaware of the situation.
They use a variety of weaponry which could prove deadly to the average man. Due to all this, instructions on how to survive against a tripod will now be broadcast.
Okay, so it's obvious that this situation isn't little anymore, or so we thought. It seems that the U.S. Army is already involved as well. But, as we'll shortly find out, we'll see what happens and what to do if you come in contact with a tripod.
Instruction number 1. If you see or hear a tripod, sit in place. Tripods are easily identifiable by their loud walking, mechanical movement, and loud horns. They have 3 legs attached to a head with 3 bright yellow and blue lights. When you are certain that you have heard or seen a tripod, sit where you are. Do not move. Call the authorities immediately and you will be in the clear. Do not hide. Do not run. Do not flee. This will only make it harder for us to kill you.
The first instructions start telling us what to do, of how to know when a tripod is by you and what they look like, and what to do just in case you come into contact with one. But for some reason, right before it cuts out, a red text shows and says, "We will catch up to you." Now, this would sound weird. The military or president himself has probably made this tape for us, so why would he say that? Well, we will eventually learn something much darker as this video progresses.
Instruction number 2. If you see something particularly strange, alert the authorities. Along with this, there are several signs of tripod activity you must be on high alert for. This includes 3 large circular footprints, fires, burnt trees or buildings, collapsed buildings, and traces of a substance known as red weed. Be sure to be wary of any signs or warnings set up by military.
The second set of instructions start to let us know what will be in your surroundings just in case a tripod is nearby. And the last one sticks out fairly. It seems to be called red weed, and it's not really known. At least we don't know what it is. Unless you know what red weed is, well, the video will simply explain. Either way, it seems like this has already become a big thing, and who knows of how many people are trying to stop it or accepting their fate.
And the tripod punctures a human with a large needle. Do not act. There is nothing you can do now. It is to be assumed that the needle removes all blood from the body and liquefies the surrounding organs, killing the human. The tripod will then collect this blood and will spray it into the air. This will eventually quickly grow the red weed. Do not touch the red weed.
Despite this being very grotesque, it obviously seems like this has now been a common thing for people to see, especially if they've already put it in a widely broadcasted instructional video. It seems that this also is helping the tripods with something, but what? Well, if you already know about the War of the Worlds, then you know that it helps them survive.
Remember that it is okay to give up. Tripods are incredibly powerful and large machines. They are 100 feet tall and have many long tentacles which, although are able to be dodged, are very hard to evade. They have incredible eyesight and can see human life from miles away. They appear to have some kind of invisible shield which defends them from any and all attacks, and they are incredibly good at tracking down any and all human life in order to kill or harvest them. We have recently been made aware of one specific circumstance occurring around the United Kingdom shortly before being the last European nation to go dark. The nation was assembling a naval evacuation effort around Essex as the warship famously known as the Thunder Child fought off the tripods. The Thunder Child and its sailors fought them off valiantly before tragically being sunk. It is currently unknown if the evacuation effort was a success.
It seems that the situation has gotten so big that the literal broadcast themselves has given us permission to give up. Broadcasts are supposed to help us stay safe, but this, as my first time watching it, was definitely out of pocket. But as the video progresses, we will soon see why, and learn the dark truth of who was really broadcasting this instructional video. Disclaimer, for this next small part of the video, if you are sensitive to such topics as suicide or self-harm, I would go ahead and skip to the next part. I'll go ahead and put a timestamp on. Sorry.
Citizens are allowed to initiate suicide if they feel that they will be captured and harvested. Do not commit suicide if you have children or family or friends that rely on you, as you risk putting them in danger and getting them harmed. If you have the ability to damage a tripod in any way, sacrifice is permitted. You will die with honor. This situation is bleak, but we will overcome. America is second to none, and we will arise from this.
The broadcast has literally just given the survivors permission to unalive themselves, as you will. But that they can't do it in front of family, which is understandable, especially for children. It also says that they can even give themselves up in a heroic way, aka sacrificing themselves, and that they will die with honor. But for the rest of the video, things are about to go downhill.
Attention. The National Emergency Alert System has been activated. A civil danger warning has been set in place for the city of Sacramento, California. A mass horde of tripods have been led to the city of Sacramento, following occult activity by the secret society known as the Inviters. The Inviters are a cultist group which see the Martians as angels of God and invite them to enact their so-called vengeance on humanity for our sinful ways.
A national emergency has been issued. Apparently, a cult has led multiple tripods to Sacramento, and the fate of the recorder is unknown. But as we're about to find out more about this cult, we will also find out of how messed up the situation really is, and how easily humanity has given up.
It is believed that these occultists have led a horde of about 200 tripods toward the state of California, and into Sacramento. The cult has done this through human sacrifices. They will enact a practice very similar to biblical crucifixion, and set up a path of victims, which invites the tripods toward a certain direction. The tripods usually harvest the victims. To digress, as such, the entire state of California is under a state of emergency, and the city of Sacramento is being evacuated as quickly as possible. The cities of LA and San Francisco have been lost as of last week. If you spot cultists in your area, and you are alone, run as quickly as possible. It is deemed legal under self-defense that, if a cultist attacks you, you may attack them, or kill them, if it is necessary. This is because cultists can be extremely dangerous and are known to murder or torture anyone who appears alone, especially if they are running from or scared of tripods or Martians. As previously stated, the entirety of the city of Sacramento is under immediate evacuation. The state of California is under continued martial law, and so all citizens must continue to follow all instructions from military personnel. Due to this emergency, the No Man Left Behind Act, signed into law several days ago, has been temporarily disregarded. Meaning, if you see someone being attacked by an invader, a Martian, or a tripod, do not save them. It is not worth the danger it will put you in.
The emergency broadcast has just let us know that the entire state of California is under risk and needs to be evacuated, as cultists have just led about and most likely over 200 tripods to destroy Sacramento. As we also find out about their more disturbing acts of how they get rid of people for sacrifices. So, as this comes to an end, we'll finally find out the fate of the world as we know it.
There are currently 5 major forms of tripod that we are currently aware of. These types include ordinary tripods, camelots, handlers, bupropods, and finally manhunters. Manhunters have only been very rarely seen, however, and therefore will not be discussed. Which species to come into existence before finally invading us? They have likely planned this since before we even discovered fire. It is very likely that we will not survive this. The Fermi paradox has been mentioned.
It is believed that the broadcast was then briefly hijacked by one of the cultists, which then describes multiple of the tripods and how they've been around even before we've discovered fire, before the broadcast ends by the sound of a tripod stomping in the background. Now, in the original novel, movie, and all the other, recreations of it, the tripods and aliens eventually die due to the Earth's oxygen and them not being used to it, but we never get confirmation of that. In fact, it almost seems like that this will continue and that the world as we know it is doomed. Overall, I think this is a really great analog horror, and please go check out the original content creator of this because they really know what he was doing. So I hope you guys enjoyed this little short video, and I hope I can do more in the future. And if you have any recommendations of things I could start recapping, go ahead and tell me because I would love to answer and see what I could do. Either way, I hope you have a good day, and peace.